Okay, so I wasn't recording the first 5 minutes of this, but basically I got this frame from the thrift store and I removed the sticker off of it. I think it cost me like $4 or something like that. It's a pretty good sized frame. And what I'm gonna do is prep it for our project. Now it's weird because I've already removed, there's always like a film of like paper on it, and you're just gonna rip that off. It's very easy to rip off. You can kind of see remnants around where I ripped that off. But the biggest part is that you're gonna need pliers to remove the industrial size staples that they use to keep the cardboard backing in. So here's a staple if you guys can see that, and they're all around the frame. So just take the time to go ahead and carefully remove those. I braced the frame down to make sure like the glass doesn't break. I've done this a couple times now and the glass hasn't broken though. So let's keep our fingers crossed that this time that I'm recording it, the glass won't break. Once all the staples are out, what you're going to want to do is clean your workspace. Make sure you get rid of all of these staples because one, they're old and they're long, and you don't want to step on one of these bad boys. I guarantee you probably get tetanus. Now that that's all over, you're just going to want to get in here and jimmy out the cardboard. Ooh, look, there's a little marking, whatever. Who knows? Anyway, you're going to want to take this out. You can keep it for later so that you can put it back in here to preserve your work. If you're making this ahead of time, ahead of your event, you want to make sure the glass has a nice backing to it so that it doesn't break. So I always set this aside along with the picture that it came with. We came for this glass, which is just kind of raw and in here, and yeah, nobody loves it right now. So we're just gonna go ahead and clean this off, and I kind of like the rustic antique look of this frame, so I'm not going to change this one, but I will insert a clip of me basically spray painting another frame that I'm using for another sign, and you guys can get the gist from that. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do is just take some glass cleaner. It doesn't have to be the best. You can see I got mine, very off-brand, and you're just going to make sure your surface is clean and dry. Next, we're going to take some painter's tape, and we are just going to finish off the raw edges of the glass so that it doesn't cut us while we're working. Okay, you guys, so here's a large printout of what I want the text to look like. I mocked this up in Canva, which is just a free website you can use to do like signs and things. And I just put the dimensions of the glass into my custom frame, and then I went ahead and mocked this up with like margins and everything so that would fit inside of the glass frames. Okay, so once you make sure your printout is centered underneath your glass, what you're going to want to do is just take a paint marker. This is the paint marker I've been using. It's I got it from Walmart, but I also got a ton of different paint markers from Amazon, and I'll have these linked below for you guys if you want to do different colors and things like that. And then you're going to want to press down until the paint comes out. Now it's pretty simple from here on out. You're just going to very carefully trace the letters. Welcome to do short strokes. I found that longer strokes can basically make you mess up a lot easier. So here is the completed sign. So we have our flower and our name. Everything looks really good. You can leave it just like this clear. I do really like it clear, but I saw a Pinterest picture with like an acrylic background, like acrylic painted background. I thought that looked really nice and kind of rustic. And since that is kind of the theme, like rustic glam, rustic chic, I don't know. That's kind of how my wedding is going to be, like a garden wedding. I do want to go ahead and incorporate that into mine. So I'm going. Okay guys, so while I was working on the calligraphy portion, Craig was outside distressing this. This frame was all gold, and there was some chips and things like that because we got it from the thrift store. So he just sanded it down and gave it this really cool distressed antique look. So you can kind of see there's some gold parts. There's some brown poking through it. It looks really good. Just go ahead and flip this over. We're going to be using a combination of E6000 glue, which is the holy grail YouTube glue, and it basically sticks anything to anything that you can think of. And we're going to put that on the rim of the glass so that when we insert it, it sticks to it. We're also going to hit it up with a little bit of hot glue just to make the sticking portion a little bit more instant. Alright, the paper's just under there to catch anything that may drip. This is my third sign, so I know there will be drips. That's absolutely fine.